Hey, welcome everyone to Vested Interest. This is Shane. I hope you had a very Merry Christmas. You were good this year and Santa brought you everything that you wanted or deserved, maybe a better way to say it. And everyone's getting ready for the new year. Just about a week away before we hit New Year's Eve and into 2022. And as we head into 2022, I really wanted to start off next year with a focus on the importance of diversification and understanding some sectors within the markets do better during different market cycles. Seems like now we are in a time of higher inflation or entering a time of higher inflation or have actually been in a higher inflation period now for several months. And it would help and benefit a portfolio to be able to find value in areas that benefit from higher inflation. But to do that, first we really need to understand the 11 different market sectors. So I'm going to go over the different sectors in the market as a whole in this video, and then more in depth on each individual sector. And actually this video I'll do a basic overview of all the markets, and then we'll touch on the first one in the series will be the communications services sector. This way, everyone will have a basic understanding of each market sector and how I'm going to cover that. I'm going to give a brief explanation of the different sectors, or one sector maybe, depending on how big the sector is or what all there is to cover. I may just cover one. I may cover several, and I'll break it down pretty much an explanation of the different sector, what my holdings are in the sector, and what are on my watch list in each sector. Now, as I said in this video, I'll cover overall markets and then a more in-depth into the communication sector. So with that said, let's get to it. So first off, in our first stock market sector series, the 11 different sectors, as you can see here on the screen. Number one, communication services, and these aren't in any real order, guys. These are just, I think, in actual maybe a little bit in alphabetical order, but really no order. I just put them down. Communication services. Next up, consumer discretionary. Then consumer staples. Energy. You have financials, healthcare, industrials, information technology, materials, real estate and REITs, and utilities. And then I put ETFs and index funds over here to the side. That's really a way, if you wanted to selectively choose, let's say communication services sector, for example, you could pick an ETF or an index fund that primarily or that exclusively pick stocks out of the communication services sector. It would be a way for you to get exposure to just that sector, or you can pick an ETF or index fund that covers the entire stock market. S&P 500 ETF or index funds, for example. NASDAQ would be more in the information technology space or emerging markets. ETFs and index funds are a way to get into each individual sector or overall sector, or communications, consumer discretionary, and consumer staples all in the, or I'm sorry, consumer discretionary and consumer staples all in the consumer area. You could pick an ETF that covered those two sectors, or similarly, you could do a energy and utilities. Typically, you can find those in they're similar companies. A lot of times, you can find those in a similar ETF or the same ETFs or index funds. So that's why I have it here over off to the side. So now let's get into the very first sector we're going to cover, a little bit more of a deep dive. What is the communication service sector here? It's companies that provide communication services using fixed line networks or those that provide wireless access and services. This sector also includes companies that provide internet services such as access, navigation, and internet related software and services. The communication services sector includes 5 industries, or it's made up of 5 industries. Those industries are diversified telecommunications, entertainment, interactive media services, media, wireless, wireless telecommunication services. So basically, guys, the communication services sector is your AT&T, your T-Mobile, your Verizon, some of your bigger, or not some of, but your bigger media outlets, CBS, NBC, Time Warner, Fox, those would all fall underneath the communication services sector. Now, currently, my holdings within the communications sector include Verizon Communications, and that ticker is VZ. That's a significant part of my portfolio. I think we're up to like 58 or 60 shares of Verizon currently. I just opened a position, if you've watched my videos here in the last few weeks, in AT&T. I picked up 50 shares of AT&T, ticker T. This is one I stated at the time in the video I believe is undervalued. It's come up a little bit since I purchased, but it is still well undervalued, and they are also going to be doing a spinoff, and AT&T is going to be spinning off, I believe it's Time Warner, from their business. So you'll get the stocks from that spinoff depending on how many shares you own. And then also what I'm looking forward to is what exactly their dividend after that spinoff is going to be. I think it's currently a little over 8. I'm assuming it's going to come down, but we will see what it looks like whenever that spinoff is complete. Then last on my current holdings list is Lumen Technologies, ticker LUMN. And on the watch list, I have Omnicom Group, ticker OMC, and Comcast Corporation. And these two are actually, if you go look at them, their PE and where they stand compared to their 52-week price value, they're actually pretty fairly valued. If I was looking to add something in the communications sector right now, I might look to these two groups. But again, do your own research. Make sure that you understand the risks, rewards of investing in either one of these companies. And folks, that's it for this video. It's the holiday weekend. I really don't want to take up a lot of your time, but I wanted to put out a video and get it out there and look at the 11 different sectors overall, and then talk about how we're going to cover all 11 sectors. I think what we'll do going forward, again, we'll continue this video series until we have recovered each sector. I'm not sure if I will designate a whole video to each sector or if I'll cover a few. This one was relatively short, so maybe I'll cover a few if they're smaller sectors like this one. But the intent is to cover each in the same format laid out today. So let me know what you think of the video in the comment section below. What sector do you like best? Do you have any holdings in the communications sector? And if you prefer ETFs or index funds, I'd be interested to know which ones you are investing in or looking to invest in. Let me know in the comment section below. I do personally read and respond to the comments, and actually will be answering some questions in future videos posted by people on previous videos, and I'll answer some of those. I usually answer them in the comments, but there's a couple that gave me good ideas for videos, so I'll answer those in a video format in the future. And as always, guys, I'm not a financial advisor. Nothing in this presentation should be considered financial advice. I am only sharing my opinion and investing journey for educational and entertainment purposes. Investing involves risk. You can lose money and should never invest any amount you are not comfortable losing. Always do your own research and invest based on your situation, circumstances, and selected criteria, or seek the advice and counsel of a certified financial advisor. And for those who have stuck with me this far in the video, hit that thumbs up button, ring the notification bell, subscribe to the channel, drop me a comment in the comment section below and let me know what you think. This is Shane signing off, wishing peace and prosperity to you and yours. And remember, financial security comes to those who take a vested interest. We'll see you next time. Happy holidays, guys. Hope you had a Merry Christmas and a very Happy New Year. We'll talk to you.